Hey dorks, just a quick message reminding you to head over to twitch.tv/mindgappodcast and give us a follow. We live stream when we record our new podcast episodes, and we're live streaming video game sessions on Saturday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We're playing super rad stuff like Among Us, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, Jackbox games, and Tabletop Simulator. Come hang out and play along with us. That's twitch.tv/mindgappodcast. Mind Gap Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin.
And we have two guests with us this week. We have the mighty Ashlyn Seehafer and the incredible and adorable Chris Vellucci. Welcome back. Welcome back to both of you. You are both Mind Gap Podcast All-Stars, and we are so thrilled to have you back with us.
Thrilled
I
to
wish
be
we were in
back,
the basement of a bar again, but
That was pretty fun. But
I'll say this: our capabilities have increased tenfold since then, but the energy that got created when the three people were sitting right there next to each other was unmatched. So
truly,
it's a trade-off.
a
Unfortunately.
Challenge accepted.
Make
I
it
will
work.
get that energy back.
All right, here we go.
I was like, was that an immersion blender? That's what it looked like.
Yes! God,
Nobody gets that joke, Doug, because you just started recording, okay? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, remember when you did that thing right before we recorded, Vellucci? And now it doesn't make sense?
This is go get mine. No, I'm kidding.
The amount of pantomiming that's happening for a podcast so far is
It's
wonderful.
bad.
It's pretty phenomenal.
The Thursday listeners are really gonna know what they're missing.
They're like, this
Oh,
is
God.
cool. This is what we show
Do
up
you want
for.
listeners or do you want viewers? I don't know what to get you.
We want
Yeah,
both.
I don't know what you want. How can I serve you?
We
What
have
do you want to disenfranchise, the deaf or the blind?
well,
What
we
kind
have
of museum are we doing?
whatever you want, because you know what? We have no rules here, right, Justin?
That's right. There are no rules.
Woo! We've got.
Yes, no, that's my favorite commercial where it's like there's no rules. So it's like you gotta keep your shirt on. Rule.
You
I
guys.
love that.
So we've got so much to get into tonight, so let's just run through some quick housekeeping. First things first, if y'all don't know, we're on Spotify, so don't forget to check us out there, as well as all the other wonderful places you can find us, like Apple Podcasts, like Google Things, and Stitcher, and Pod something that's over in India, all those cool places. Just look for us there. Also, don't forget to check out our merch, teespring.com/stores/2, the letter E, the number 8. Check out all of our stuff there. Also, don't forget to follow at MGP Throwdowns. That's at M as in Mancy, G as in Goat, P as in Paul Throwdowns for deeper dives into our throwdowns. One of our fans, Wolflore, goes through all of our old episodes and breaks down our previous throwdowns. It's a really good thing to check out. And then lastly, if you don't know, we do also do a video game live stream every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/mindgappodcast. This Saturday for Halloween, we're going to be doing Left 4 Dead 2. We're breaking that bad boy out again. So if you have the game and you want to watch, come hang out, come play. Vellucci, you have your hand raised. Question?
I want to join.
Please come and join. We're doing verses. So right now, I think we may have 5 or 6 people. You could be a 7th. That would be great. We could have a really, really, really good time. So it's going to be great. It's one of my favorite games. And we're going to be shooting some zombies and murdering each other. So it'll be a real hoot and a half. So that's all I have. Justin, did I forget anything?
No, I don't think you forgot anything except the reason that these two wonderful people are our guests this week, which is that they are both co-starring in episode 4 of the Quarantine Files, which comes out this Friday. Woot woot. The 30th.
Woot woot.
And
Noise maker.
this one, we posted a couple stills from it a few months ago. This one might have been one of the most fun ones that we filmed in the entire season, because I don't want to spoil. If you go back and you look at our social medias, the Two State social medias, you can see some stills and you might be able to figure out why. All I'm going to say is copious amounts of blood. We'll leave it at that.
And it
You
was
should put
very
blood in quotes before you.
No. Actual blood. How did we get so much? You'll never know. Movie magic.
yeah, or just
But
ketchup and water.
I actually remember seeing a screenshot when that came out, and I'm like, I can't wait to see this series. This looks amazing. It was Ashlyn, and I was like,
My
okay.
bathroom, really. Oh my god, it was actually really fun.
I just we will go into real quick just the fact that Ashyln in the episode has to get covered in a carry ton of blood.
It was so fun.
What
I just
happened
wish I
to
could
those
get in my hair
clothes?
more. Oh, they're long gone. However,
Did you worry about throwing them away?
I definitely did. I was like, okay, so yeah. Now I'm thinking back because this was like what, like July or something.
Yeah, it was at least a couple months ago. Yeah.
It was many moons ago. I threw it all. I stripped down and I threw it all in the bathroom garbage, and I was like, I'll just deal with this later. And I like came back to it a couple days later. I was like, oh god. So then I threw it all away. I double bagged it. Haven't heard anything from the neighbors, so I think we are in the clear.
Wait, did you get like because without spoiling the surprise of blood, you made it with like sugar, right?
Yeah, so I made it. Well,
Were there like a ton of ants? Like,
well, no, but I was like, I mean, I think there was a take where I was like clapping my hands together, and I was like, and they were like stuck because I had to use like two different types because I was afraid it was gonna dye my hair. So
That's fair.
I borrowed like actual costume fake blood and I kind of like watered that down, and then I did another like blender full of like tomato puree and Hershey syrup.
okay.
Oh, and like a lot of cocoa powder.
Wait,
And
Hershey's chocolate syrup?
yes, yeah,
Huh.
and it was wild.
I mean, that's what they used. That's what they used in the original Psycho movie.
Mhm.
I kept licking my lips. I was like, oh, tasty.
Oh, tomato
Maybe
puree
I
and
do like
chocolate.
blood.
Who knew?
No, like in between, I would just go and like, well, I don't want to give it away, but my shower will never be the same.
So anyway, it's a fun, very, very fun episode. And these two just knocked it out of the fucking park. I absolutely adore both of your performances. Real quick, I've been asking everyone who's been on. I'm assuming this is nothing like you've shot before because it was nothing like we've ever done before personally. What was it like to have to be your own camera person, to be your own crew and everything? Like what was the process like for you guys?
Me? Oh, okay.
Either one. Stop talking over each other. My God.
That is a bad question. You want to take it? No. No, it was. I mean, you guys were still incredible, like directors on the other side. Because I mean, we started recording with our phones, and then it was like, all right, now like send us that shot. So like, I think we did pretty well in terms of. I mean, I get what you're saying, where it's like, what's it like to be your own camera crew? But in a way, I didn't feel like I was, because it was just like, I'm gonna keep moving it until you say like, stop, and then it's like, cool, that's just perfect. Just gonna leave that there, and then like moving on to the next camera angle. It's like, and stop. Okay, cool. Like, I mean, the other thing too is like we're video chatting with you, so it's like the video that you saw, you're like, and that's the angle I want, and it's like, cool.
Right.
So I didn't think it was like that difficult. Like, yes, I mean, it was kind of interesting to learn what angles you would look for, because I mean, otherwise it's just kind of like, oh, let me just do this thing and you'll figure out the angles. But then to like be there and be like, oh, you want this kind of an angle. That was kind of cool. And now I feel like I've answered enough, Ashlyn.
Oh, it was so like, I don't even know, like the logistics of all of it, even though it was just like it wasn't even like I had that much equipment. I don't know why I was like sitting there. Like I remember us. It took a while. I feel like with Chris, it was like, oh, it's fine. I got my like you were all good to go, and I'm like, I'm literally velcroing my phone to my my laptop. I have like my ring light set up on a like end table. Um, so getting the logistics down gave me so much more respect for like behind the scenes because usually I'm just like, oh my god, I hope I get my line right or like stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear on here?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Wait.
You can swear and you do
No,
whatever you
no,
want to do.
fuck no swear.
Please. But no, it was like it was wild. I honestly left and I was like, well, I hope they have everything they need.
I hope those dummies have
I
everything
hope
they
they
need.
know how to do this thing. But no, it was super fun, and I happened to have a roll of Velcro from like already having to get my computer cords out of the way for working at home. So I was like, I guess I'll just finagle this and MacGyver it.
It was perfect timing that you had that
Yeah.
roll of Velcro ready to go.
Great time for a pandemic.
Right? Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but it was really fun. It was actually really it was like a little bit more rewarding in a way because like I don't know, I felt like I had another hand in the pot.
That's awesome. Well,
Mhm.
we were very happy to have you guys a part of it. We've been telling everyone we were very specific in who we chose to work on this with us because we knew there was going to be a lot more moving parts and we needed people who we could collab with and work with. And you guys were definitely at the top of our list. So thank you for journeying with us. And hopefully people like it this Friday when it comes out on the 30th, just before Halloween. One thing we did want to ask though, you brought up we are in the middle. If you guys don't know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And
Wait, what?
yeah,
Pandemic.
Isn't that's when all the islands were like one big island on the earth, right?
that's correct. So
Okay.
we've remerged all the continents. Yes.
That was freaking
No, but
funny.
last time Ashton was on,
I just love that.
That's just like, that's funny. That's
I'm like,
comedy.
Putting it in the
That's
filing
good.
cabinet for later. I'm like, but anyway,
but last time
Validation.
Ashton was on, you educated us a lot about the Swingers of Naperville
I
And-
mean,
and how much of just a Horrorville it is.
What?
I'm glad that's my podcast legacy. The Swingers of Naperville. Have you heard? So I went to school. Should I give them like a recap? Of
Yes, please do.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I went to college in at North Central in Naperville. Go Cardinals. And there was a little rumor going around that because it's basically like a college campus, like in the middle of a suburb. And there was a rumor that was like if families have a decorative rock, like a big decorative boulder in their front yard, then they're swingers.
Oh, hold on. You need a theme song. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So back in the olden days, when couples need a little excitement, in-person excitement, they would go over to Bob and Nancy's and say, "Hey, wanna hang?"
Call 1-800-SWINGERS tonight.
Neighbor got a neighbor thrill out of it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So a decorative rock. So
So that was just like the hearsay of it. So basically, first time I was ever on this podcast, which I didn't even know you guys that well at that point. So
No.
why did my brain say, "Oh, swingers, they're gonna love that shit"? In my head, who knows?
We
It was a
have a way of
connection,
making
you
know?
we have a way of making people feel very comfortable and at ease
You
just to open
do.
up and talk about whatever.
You sure do. And so, but yeah, I don't really know if COVID is affecting the swingers at this point because I mean, they're all rich white people who don't believe in the pandemic anyway. So who
I mean, I would
really
hope.
knows? I mean,
Wait, I have like so many questions about it now. Like,
I'm
like,
sorry,
what-
Naperville, don't cancel me.
Oh, I am unfollowing her Instagram right now.
Hey,
Honey, where's the
taking back
unfollow
her
button?
diploma.
Chris, what? Let him rip. Ashyln
Yeah.
is this was her under.
Yeah, so
Pretty much my
first off,
minor.
Yeah.
I mean, top question, and I'm not gonna, I don't expect an answer, is like, why do you know so much? But we'll just pass. Next question is The Rock. Like, seriously, The Rock kind of gets me because I have so many like logistical questions about it. Like, how big does The Rock have to be? How decorative? Like, what if somebody really likes rock painting? I don't know anybody that likes rock painting because that's weird. But like, what do you do when you just see like a little rock versus like a big rock? Like,
Are
For
you
those
in
listening-
swinger training? I feel like that is a questionable amount of
Apparently.
rocks.
it's only 2.
Well, I think for these people, size matters. So,
Vellucci literally fell out of his chair laughing. He's literally on the floor right now laughing.
I don't know, but in all honesty, I think because me and my like theater buddies, what else to do on a wild Friday night than peruse around Naperville and see like, oh, what kind of like lawn ornaments do these people have? We did see a couple of like the big like boulders that looked like they might be hollow that are like hiding a key to their bedroom. But I don't know. It's just hearsay, but I think I've always stood by it.
I'm sorry. The chat's really blowing up right now with a lot of things. One of the big ones is at Noah Reno says, dude, honestly, I can't help but respect a man with a vanity. So that goes out to you, Vellucci.
Oh my God.
For those listening to the podcast, Vellucci has a wonderful vanity behind him where he normally ties his ties and puts his cologne on.
And Jared says that thing where Americans mention their school and then shout out their team is always funny. So he appreciated that, Ashyln.
I'm like so not that person. I like went to one football game. Like I guess I should go to that.
So like, what would stop you guys from, I don't know, purchasing a boulder, painting it, and just putting it on someone's lawn?
Well, first of all, I gotta say that's gotta be pretty uncommon, right? How many boulders do you see in people's lawns that are decoratively painted? Like, I can't tell you a single one that I've seen.
Maybe 2.
You obviously have never driven through Naperville.
Obviously, I haven't, because I don't feel comfortable there, and I'm white.
Because I think it would be hilarious to just like paint the boulder, put it there, and like they come out and they're just kind of like, oh, the wife must have.
Oh, she agreed.
It's nice. I like the decoration. And they go inside unaware.
I don't.
But at the same
think
time,
that
it's like, don't you need to
painting it-
plan a swinger party? Like, wouldn't you have to like plan it just to put a rock out there? Is that like down any time? Like
I think
What I
it's
really
I think
want
it's
to
more
know
of
is
an
who I need to
introduction,
talk to
right?
so that I can get in on this.
It's more of a
Well,
like
there's
it's a
number
signal.
you can call. No.
1-800 swingers.
One.
It's really
1-800
obvious.
Swingers. Oh my God, that is rich.
Slotty says, the bigger the rock, the more down to fuck you are.
I could go with the obvious rhyme here, but I don't wanna.
Got a painted pebble. He looks like he's got a painted pebble. So he's like, you gotta schmooze this guy.
He just wants to smile at you while you pass in the grocery store. That's as far as he wants things to go.
Oh my God, that is good. That's funny.
That's comedy.
That's hysterical.
See, that's a soundbite you need. Is whenever a joke is made, you just have that's funny.
Ashyln approves.
Exactly. That's
But
funny.
I just wanted to kind of see, just in general, how you thought the pandemic was affecting Naperville. If you thought they were all still able to get together, because I feel bad for them. It's a horny bunch of people.
They even believe. I don't know. That whole town is nutso, man. No, I
You're
think
not
they're
wrong.
fine. They're probably still. They don't even know what a mask is. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm sure there are good people in Naperville. But I don't think it's affecting the swinger game.
I'd have to
very
agree.
much.
I feel like they just
What were
push
the
on.
swingers last time. Judy and Bill.
Oh shit! Do we name
Judy
them?
and Bill are going strong.
Well, here's the thing. They've all been quarantining together, so it's totally fine. They go to their house and then they swing. So they're just seeing the same people over and over. They're exchanging the same fluid over and over. So at this point, they're totally fine. You know?
According to a quick search, they're at 23,000 cases and 608 deaths.
None of which are Judy and Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Judy and Bill are like on the record, like, is this thing on? We are not spreading this thing. We are doing.
Is this thing on? Your ventilator? Yes.
The only thing I'm spreading is Bill's ass cheeks. All right, because that's what he likes. All right.
We'll get to the butt in a second.
We just got to it.
Relationship healthy.
Listen, we take all the precautions in the world. We just fuck each other. That's it. That's all we do. Just each other. No one else. You know?
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Relationship.
Naperville.il.us coronavirus resources. I had to look it up. And it says new restrictions include the following. And one of those things is no party buses. which begs the question, how popular were party buses that they reached the top 5 bullets? Like,
here's the thing.
Man.
How important are they? That is very.
Well, here's the thing.
Wow. The top 10 best swingers bars in Naperville is the first thing that popped up.
See?
On Yelp.
On Yelp.
Okay.
Yeah, but what are the bars? That's the question.
First of all, I want to get some ratings on those bars from Yelp.
Jared, when you come back to the States, you don't need to come to Chicago. You need to go to Naperville. Okay?
Are there swingers bars in Chicago?
Ooh,
Hold on now.
one of them is called the Liars Club.
It's a little on the nose. A little on the nose there.
Or how about the Champagne Lodge?
Ooh.
Wow.
That just sounds like Bill and what was their name?
Ted.
Judy's basement?
Judy and Bill's basement, yeah.
Yeah, they have like lush carpeting.
Right.
Which is really bad because that really just holds on to stains and fluid. Right. You know, It's not a good place to be, you know?
Microbial city back over there.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Am I right, ladies? Or am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Yes, you are right, yeah.
And with that,
I looked it up.
We'll be exiting the show.
Wait, Rainbow Club? I've been there. No.
Yeah, and it comes out.
Did you bring your rocks?
Yeah, right?
No. The Violet Hour? I've been
Do you
there
think
too.
that their secret like code when they're ordering a drink is like, I'll have a scotch on the rocks. And then the bartender like
painted rocks.
There's just a lot of confusion when people order drinks. Oh, Ashyln really did leave.
No! Come back,
this
Ashyln.
is so.
Now she's on the other side.
Yeah, now it's all.
That's all jacked up. Hold on.
Nope,
Here we go.
Wait.
She's back.
And she's back.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see myself though. Sorry, Grandma Ashyln is figuring it out.
All right, real quick, I got to redeem
hear me?
something.
I can hear you.
In our Twitch channel, if you stay on here and hang out with us, you earn points, and then you can cash in those points for certain things. And someone has cashed in a certain thing. I'm going to do real quick. So here we go.
Put your rocks out to get your rocks off. Yeah.
Thank you for contributing those points to the Thanos speech. I appreciate it.
It's a wonderful, wonderful way to use points.
Yep. I love it.
Put your rocks out to get your rocks off.
Thank you, Jared, for requesting that.
Oh my God. Are people still calling balls rocks?
In Australia,
people?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I feel like, actually, this is very ironic. My coworkers and I, the other day, were coming up with nicknames for boobs, and people just don't do that with balls.
Yeah, you know, they kind of have like their classic. No. It's like they have their. I'm thinking about that. Yeah. There's a classic. There's your nuts, your balls,
Twig and berries.
Nards is something I feel like I did in 3rd grade.
Nards.
Yeah.
What was it?
Family Jewels.
Testes.
Oh, okay. So
Testicles. Well, I mean, they're
Well,
not
now
as
I'm
like.
curious about all the names for boobs.
Yeah, what do you got
there's,
for
like,
boobs?
Tatas,
We
like
got
boob,
Nakas. We got Hooters.
like...
Um,
Keep going
for
with
the
the voice.
record-
You can't go away from it.
Slappy bags.
it's like that John Mulaney sketch where he's like, "They told him to beat it, asshole," oh no, he says something in the parking garage. It's like, "They told him to beat it, bozo."
I love that
digress.
part.
I only have hookers or Hooters and Knockers. By the
Sweater
way.
puppies? I've heard sweater puppies, but I've never actually heard it used.
Oh no, I feel dirty.
I've heard sweater meat is also not. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Oh, don't be friends with whoever came up with that.
Yeah, that's someone who probably strangles puppies in their backyard.
I think there was
Probably
like a
are
short
Republican.
story I read in high school where they called them like vanilla scoops, and I thought it was hilarious.
No.
Like scoops of
No.
like vanilla ice cream, but then
I'm
like
so
also
sorry I
like
started
obviously
this
there's a
topic.
range of skin colors, but I was just like, that's such a weird way to describe it. It's like, oh, it looked like 2 vanilla scoops of ice cream. And I was just like,
It was probably
this guy was hungry.
wasn't a
He wasn't
90-year-old
horny.
man.
Yeah, I was like, was this an old dude teaching you this stuff?
Well, yeah. I say that because it was like, oh man, what I gotta remember what the short
Then he
story
points
was.
to
It
the
was like
90-year-old woman and goes, "Look, they're melting."
I thought you were gonna go, look, they're melons.
Also, another
That
one,
was-
melons.
that's-
Someone says,
actually, yeah, there's been so many skits about that where it's like, oh, he's talking about my jugs, dear. He's talking about
Yeah.
my Hooters, dear. He's
Oh,
talking
Austin
about my
Powers all the way.
Yeah.
yeah.
at Noah Reno says, just call them
Transitions.
Whirly Dunnets. That was another one, apparently. So,
Twin Peaks.
Oh.
Jubblies.
Machine.
These are all from the chat.
Oh,
Chris,
chesticles.
Chris looks like a guy who exclusively gets advice from 90-year-olds.
I've
Accurate.
been steering me wrong with my nice vanity.
That is a nice vanity. That's a grade A vanity.
Guys, it's a sham. That's just a mirror that's stacked on top of my dresser.
Lies.
Do
All
people
lies.
do people buy like sets for vanities anymore? Because I feel like I just don't have time for that. You know, like
I don't
perusing
have
the
time for
aisle
that.
for a mirror that matches my dresser.
Well, so this like it's just kind of it almost matches. If you get a closer look at it, the wood does not match.
Give yourself
My parents bought
away.
me this mirror because they're like, you should have a nice mirror in your like living room, and they gave me like the whole hanging kit. But that thing
That's
weighs
your
like
bedroom.
20-30 pounds. That I'm just like, I don't feel safe putting this up. Like I don't think I know how to do that. So
That
I
mirror?
lean it up
That's
on my
heavy.
dresser. It's a
That's
heavy
smart.
mirror.
That's very smart.
Also, real quick question: how does everybody pronounce that word?
Mirror.
Mirror?
Looking glass.
Hey, I know which one of us is the asshole.
It's me.
Yeah, but you voted, so good for you.
Yay!
Woo! Yay!
I voted by mail.
Just came from the
Mira,
envelope.
Jervis says it Mira.
Mira. Because he's
Mira.
Australian.
Well, because I only ask because I know like I have like New Jersey cousins and they say Mir, like MEER.
Mirror.
Let me ask
Oh,
you
that's
this.
so much effort.
How do you pronounce the word that's spelled Button?
Button.
Button. Yeah, I don't say it like button. I say like
Or
button.
people who go button. My
Yes.
sister does that.
I hear it all the time. I hear it. Now, if you go over here to this button, I'm like, ugh.
If you go over and hit the button, yeah, I don't
I
understand
was button.
it.
Yeah.
Or how do you pronounce? What are those waxy things that you color with?
Oh, crayons.
No, you don't.
Crayons.
Markers.
Crayons. That's right.
Crayons.
That's so
Some people
ridiculous.
say
When
crown.
I say
That
crayons.
bothers me.
Huh?
Crayons.
I've heard it said crown, and I'm like, no.
Crown.
Way off.
That's just
Yeah.
that's you're saying the
Cray-
wrong word at that point.
Yeah.
Wrong.
That's just that's like saying, what are you coloring with? Steak.
Well,
The wrong word.
is there a better analogy? I think there is not.
Steak.
I nailed it.
God.
Well, no, I mean,
Good.
because, that's how I feel about mirror. Everybody's like, mirror. And I'm like, that's one syllable. There's clearly
Mirror.
two.
Mirror.
Mirror.
Yeah, but it's
Mirror.
just like I got stuff to do. I can't spend 2 syllables on the word mirror.
Speaking, okay, that actually goes to my next thing of syllables, because I had a long story short, I had to write a haiku and I used the word brilliant. How many syllables? Yes. How many syllables are in that word?
3.
Haiku? 2.
Brilliant or haiku?
No, brilliant.
Brilliant. 3.
Haiku. 2.
Oh my god. Justin, you go.
Is it haiku or is it mirror? What are we doing?
The word brilliant.
Steak.
Steak has one syllable.
You do have dinosaurs on this dinosaur ride?
So in brilliant?
Yes.
2.
Ashlyn?
Brilliant?
Now
No,
I'm changing.
haiku.
Now I want
I
to change
don't-
my answer.
I don't get it. Don't fart sound me. 3. Fine. 3. I don't know.
Brilliant.
I said 3 as well. No, I'm in agreement with
Brilliant.
you guys. Like, I think
think
it's
2 though.
brilliant. But
Brilliant.
apparently it's 2. It's brilliant.
Oh, I thought you were
Which is-
asking me how many syllables haiku has.
No, in brilliant.
Oh, I was way over there.
So wait, actually, because you now thought I was talking about haiku, but what
Okay,
about
so
brilliant?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, technically 3, but for me, I say brilliant. So 2.
I say brilliant. Like, I pronounce that
Brilliant.
I.
Brilliant?
And I'd say like brilliant.
Brilliant.
I'd like to hear from the listeners. Pop on our social medias. Let us know how you pronounce brilliant and how many syllables you think are in it.
And now
Let's
I'll tell
solve
you
this
why
mystery.
I'll tell you why I
Oh,
had
yeah.
to use it. It was
Why?
because I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, and in that video game, you have to build haikus, and they give you like a set thing that you have to pick from. And so one of them was like using the word brilliant, and I was like, that doesn't work. Like, am I gonna get dinged? Are they gonna like hurt my character because I used the wrong number of syllables? And then I found out that like, it was okay.
That is 100% a game I will never play. Oh yeah, I got you here. Sorry, my bad.
It's a great game. It proves me nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's such an interesting, like, that's such a small piece of what that game is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like oh shoot, I can't remember. Oh, in Witcher, what's the game? What's the card game you play in Witcher?
Oh, Gwent?
Gwent.
Oh.
Poker. I don't play Witcher, but I watch my boyfriend play Witcher, and it is fun. And I love the show.
Yes.
Come back, please.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't worry. Henry Cavill won't leave us hanging. Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, can we all agree that Henry Cavill is the best Superman? I think we can, right?
Ooh,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Although-
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
No.
I've always been
Who
more.
are you, Rob Ballmeyer?
Is that supposed to be an insult? A man who can craft
Rob,
music
yes.
and can cook like a chef and just
Hey, I'm not attacking him on those things. I'm attacking him on his opinion. It's completely different.
And who is fertile?
right? Because he has a
Got a
child.
baby.
He's
So
got a
I don't-
baby.
So I don't know who this person is, so I went into Google to type it in, and the "did you means" that came up are "Did you mean Rob Bell email? Did you mean Rob Bell meme? Did you mean Rob Belmar? Did you mean Rob Volmar? Oh, I
Chris,
swear.
who-
Yes to everything.
Who's your favorite Superman then?
Well, I mean, it's obviously Christopher Reeves. I mean, like, he's top.
Obviously, Christopher Reeves. Is it really
Yeah.
that obvious?
So we're saying Brandon Routh is at least in the bottom 10 Supermen, right?
I would disagree.
Bottom 20?
Yeah, 30.
No, I would put him higher. I would put him above Cavill.
Can we kick Vellucci out of here? Hold on.
Take your haikus and get out of here.
No, hey.
Add that sound to your haiku, you son of a bitch.
Jervis and I have had an extensive conversation about this.
bet
And
you have.
Superman Returns is an underrated film. It is solid. A lot of people think it's garbage.
Keep going,
but in
Chris.
terms of like Man of Steel and
Go ahead.
Superman Returns.
Yep.
Man of Steel deserves that sound effect.
We done? One more for good measure.
This one is Superman Returns. See, this one's up here.
I'll do this all day, Chris. I'll do this all day.
We love a good third grade laugh, don't we?
God, I hate how much I laugh at that. I'm like wiping tears away from my eyes. I hate how much I love the sound of farts.
Here's the problem. I'm 37 years old. I spent a solid 2.5 hours today in tears as I was curating farts for my podcast tonight. That's what my life is right now. That's why
I'm sure your wife was loving it.
Thank God she wasn't home.
A lot more productive than most people in a pandemic.
I'm so sorry. So you were just at home laughing like a maniac
Yep,
alone?
absolutely. Yep. Just tears. Just tears for many reasons.
It is a very wholesome image.
All right,
Right?
I want to take a moment and ask what makes Superman Returns so good.
Why are we doing this?
Because the enemy is a giant kryptonite ball. Like it's
Kryptonite.
Oh, yeah. So that upset me a lot. The fact that like a little bit like makes it so that he can't fly, but then he's able to like suddenly pick up an island of it. It's like, okay, what's going on here, bud?
Or just pick up an island.
It's Superman.
know.
What are you talking about?
He could do that.
Yeah, he could do anything. But yeah, so that was a huge plot point. Yes, but
Sorry, someone
was
just
so many
redeemed
more.
real quick, Chris. Someone just redeemed a in real life word ban, so you cannot for the next 5 minutes you cannot use the word Superman. Go.
Okay. Now I want to use it.
Awesome Dude is the best movie because
Awesome dude.
Yeah.
the poor
Big buff
Superman.
man. Okay, so big buff man.
Big buff man.
unrelatable guy.
Yeah.
Big
Buff
buff
man,
man.
extremo. No, Man of Steel didn't do it for me. We've had this conversation. Really, the question I want to ask now, and I completely forgot it. Dang it.
Is why do
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like that movie?
To bring in?
What's that, Ashyln?
I said, do you have any planes to bring in, Chris?
We've been talking for 2 minutes.
For again,
Good opportunity.
for those who are listening and can't see this, Chris has
right.
aggressively large headphones on right now.
And he's also aggressively bald. So put it all together, and it's a beautiful cocktail of true
Married
chicanery.
with Gaming agrees. Returns.
Oh.
They agree that.
No, that's the
Big
next
Buff Man
ban.
Returns.
You can't use that word,
He
I
did
can't
an
use returns either.
No,
for the next 5.
which you just did. So
Big Buff Man
congrats.
comes back.
Which because we can't
Big
use
buff
those
man
words
comes back.
serves as a great transition away from this garbage pile of that movie. So Halloween's coming up, right?
It
You
is.
guys, your episode's coming out right before Halloween. We specifically scheduled this episode in this slot because we wanted the one that had the most blood to be right before Halloween. But with first off, do you guys get into Halloween? Like when I was growing up, Halloween was one of my top holidays.
Oh yeah. I think I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like a bandwagoner when it comes to Halloween. Like in high school, I was always just like in a group costume because like whoever beckoned me to be in their group would be. So I think but we always did kind of get into it. Like in high school, me, my best friend, and a couple of us, we were the Sheet family. So we each dressed a sheet up. Like one was bull sheet, one was dumb sheet, one was holy sheet, one was I don't know, but each of us. So I had like a Bulls hat on. My best friend taped Dum Dum Suckers to her sheet.
Oh my God,
One guy
that's
had a
amazing.
Bible, and because we were all sitting there and we're like, we don't know what to be. And my best friend's mom, Chris, hi, um, she was like, well, why don't you just be the Sheet family? And I'm like, what? And we definitely won. I don't know what we won, but it was like $100 certificate to like I don't know,
Steak and
Cheesecake
Shake.
Factory. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that was fun. But
That
now
is
I don't know.
high quality clever. I really respect that.
That's really
It
good.
was
I like
it
that.
it was funny. It's a good time.
I agree with Bart Fast that when she was talking about the sheet thing, I was like, is this like a clan thing?
Oh, I can't be honest.
Her face is the best.
I'm
Ooh.
not. I promise. I
No,
swear.
I'm glad you went right into like bullshit and dumb sheet. Like,
Oh God, I didn't even register how horrible people were gonna like. Please say something else.
Yeah.
Looks like
you
Rachel
kept going,
R10
exactly.
says, long live the Sheet family and my mother for the idea. So, you got a fan in here.
Wait, who was that?
Rachel R10.
Rachel R10.
I think that might be her. Hi, Rach.
hey, Rach.
Hey!
Hey, girl. Tell them I'm not a racist, please.
Oh, we
Hey
believe
Rachel,
you. You
tell us
explained it
about
now.
Donna's boobs, and do they need to be chilled, calmed?
Everyone just needs to chill Donna's tits.
Yep.
Indirectly.
Indirectly.
I'm getting canceled after this.
Metaphorically speaking.
Oh my God, no! This is one of our best episodes ever. So Vellucci, when you were growing up, did you dig Halloween? Were you into it? I feel
Loved
like
it.
you
Yeah,
had to have been.
absolutely. Oh,
I feel like you would have
yes.
gotten like scary costumes. Like you would have been.
I was a
scary
Ninja Turtle. I was a Ninja
Oh.
Turtle when I was 18 years old. I still have that costume. Yeah, I loved it. I loved
Is
it.
it your vanity?
No, I think it's not in my closet either. Dang it, it's at home. But my mom made it for me. Like I'm classic, like 18 years old. My mom made me a Ninja Turtle costume.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
That's pretty
I was
amazing.
Michelangelo. My best friend was Leonardo. Our friend Lizzie was April O'Neil, and we nailed it. And then we went trick or treating, and everybody's like, "You're a little old to be trick or treating," and we were like, "That is very true. You were right."
Oh my God, I think my brother and his friends did that once, but instead of Ninja Turtles, they were all just like a bunch of 17-year-olds dressed up like how they normally dress in like 2002. And our neighbors were like, "What are you supposed to be? You're too old." And they're like, "We're just the Backstreet Boys." And they were just like walking around like, "You do not look like JT. Don't claim that title. At least tape some ramen to your hair or your head."
Yeah.
There you go.
Those aren't frosted tips.
We used to when we it was because I went to high school with Rob, the Rob Ball meme that you were looking up.
Ball meme?
And he we freshmen in high school, we hit that point, same thing where we're like a little too old to trick or treat, but we still wanted to kind of go around. So we put on some bullshit costume, maybe jerseys or something, and we walked around his
costume.
We put on a bullshit costume, walked around his neighborhood. And I'll never forget this because this could have ended so badly for us in hindsight. There was just a dude in his neighborhood who was, instead of candy, he had his garage open. He's like, "You guys want to come in and have a beer?" And we're like, "Yeah." So we went in. It ended up being O'Doul's, so it was non-alcoholic beer. But we were like,
nice.
"Yeah, this is cool as shit." We're in the garage drinking beer. And then as an adult, I look back on that now. I'm like, we were the stupidest fucking kids ever.
Yeah.
Like that could have been easily my last Halloween.
Did you open your own beer?
Yes, I did open my own beer. Yes.
Okay.
But
Was there a colored rock in the lawn?
This was Schaumburg, so an open garage door. I come to figure out
was there
later.
a colored tree in the lawn?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, exactly. That was so. Yeah, so after that, I was just like, I'm good with Halloween. We'll just like hang out and watch horror movies or something.
Oh yeah, it's all about like a bonfire, beer, real beer.
Yes. Yes.
You can bring O'Doul's if you want.
Sure.
And like Nightmare on Elm Street or something like Or the other night, we actually stumbled upon that episode of Goosebumps with the mask, where it's like the haunted mask one,
Ah.
and
Okay.
it's like a staple of my childhood. And we were like, I didn't even get their input on the matter. I was just like, we are watching this. Settle in, buckle in
what
for the
was it
next 40
on?
minutes. Netflix.
Oh, I'm gonna watch this. I
It's so
love
good.
horror movies.
Bum, 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 bum. I love
What are your guys' favorite horror movies?
I'm not huge into horror because I feel like when I was a kid it was pretty exciting, right? Because all that stuff was like shocking and spooky, but I feel like I've seen I'd say most horror movies I'm not into. There's a handful that I'm like, I think that are unique and enjoyable. I enjoy more of the psychological stuff more than like your slashers.
That's actually, yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say exactly. Let me rephrase, because I had this discussion with my roommates when I was like talking. I was like, let's watch a horror movie. I love Spooktober. I love watching horror movies and like that sort of thing. But then whenever I suggest a movie, it's like it's a horror movie to me because it fits the realm of October, I guess, if you will. And then I find out that it's like, oh, I guess I could have described that better. Because whenever I say horror, everybody's like, oh, yeah, like a stab them and blood comes out. Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm like, no. Like, and we're going to talk about this later, but like The Thing. And I made them watch The Thing for the first time. And they loved it.
So good.
Like Frighteners, like other psychological like movies like that. Like I would even almost consider like Alien, you know.
Hell
Man,
yeah.
that's another one. Have you guys seen like Oculus?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, obviously there's like Texas Chainsaw, The Hills Have Eyes. We've all seen those ones, where you're right. It's just kind of like, well, how much blood and guts can we get? Saw, all of the Saw movies. But like, I would throw like something like The Thing into the same realm.
Without
As
a
I've gotten
Blob. Ugh, scared the crap out of me when I was younger.
The Blob?
Yeah, I was at a neighbor's house and her dad had it on, and I was like, what is this? But no, it's just a movie from like the 80s where this big thing that looks like a piece of gum, like a gumball, like a chewed piece
Yeah.
of gum, like scoops people up and eats them. So
Done. It's on my
stuff
list.
from nightmares.
I went through a period in high school where we were really into like the B horror films from the 80s. So like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and like The Blob or things like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Maximum Overdrive with the pickup truck or the semi truck, the sentient semi trucks that
That's a
fucking
Stephen King movie.
Oh my god! Like those in high school, we went through a whole thing where we're like, yeah, let's watch these bullshit movies.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I remember that one messed with me for a little bit.
Yep.
Water Speech also
watching
said
that.
he was scared of Killer Tomatoes when he was a kid, so you got someone there. I'd say
Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you guys remember the movie Species?
Yes.
Yes.
It's on. Oh,
I remember that movie when I was in high school because it had boobs in it.
Yep. That's why I remember it
It's a
too.
lot more sexual than I remember. And when I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is NSFW. I gotta turn this off.
I don't remember any of that, but I just remember the scene where the little girl's on the train and she's eating the pudding and her hand starts to like bubble up and then she just like all you see from the outside, it's so bad. Like all you see from the outside is just like a big octopus arm from like sweeping inside. It's like Train to Busan, but not Species.
Train to Busan, that was a
Are we gonna talk
fantastic
about
movie.
it? No.
I've heard a lot about that. Train to Busan.
It's a good one. Highly recommend.
That's a
On
really
Netflix.
good one, yeah.
One I watched recently that is definitely spooky is Hereditary.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah, that one was.
You know, I wasn't impressed by that one.
Well, I'll say this much: the ending could
Don't
use a
ruin
little
it,
work.
'cause- don't
No,
ruin
I'm
it,
not
'cause
gonna.
I
I'm
hate
not gonna ruin
I
it.
still-
I agree with you. I
But
think I agree with you.
It takes a hard turn that I was just like, okay, but
Yeah, it turns out she was adopted. It wasn't Hereditary at all.
exactly, it has nothing to do with it at all. But it was definitely
That's
something.
funny.
I was very unsettled by a lot of the imagery in it and stuff.
That's funny.
It really freaked me out, and I was like, It was just very. As an adult, it was kind of nice to like, finally be like,
And
oh.
now you have a daughter that is learning to click her tongue.
Yeah.
Like no.
Uh,
Not in public.
Still to this day, one of my favorite ones is Silence of the Lambs.
Great.
As far as the
yeah.
psychological one goes, I saw that for the first time in high school,
good.
and that it hit me hard. But then I was like, wait a second. I think this is a really good. It was the first time one of the first times I was like, I'm terrified, but I legitimately understand what they mean by like this is a classic movie now. Like,
Mhm.
so
Definitely.
yeah,
I still I stand by
Yeah.
with Vellucci where the Thing is one of the best movies. Like
Yeah.
it's so
sure.
good,
yeah.
so phenomenal. I just rewatched that like a couple months ago. I'm like, God damn, this thing still holds up.
I watched it at Music Box in the 70mm when they had it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So good.
That's really
It was
cool.
good. Yeah. It was
That's
at like
awesome.
11 or it was like a late night flick. You know how they do those, or
Yeah.
they did in the before times.
In
Yeah.
the
So
before
Ashley, I'm
times.
so sorry. What was your final one? Because we got The Thing and then Silence of the Lambs.
I don't think I had another one. I was just doing the don't stand too close to the glass, Clarice. That was it.
I like that you were like, where his head's like this.
Such a good impression, right?
Someone in the chat
does
wants
it
to know
all.
what did you Water Speech in the chat wants to know what did you think of the remake of The Thing? I don't think I saw the remake.
I didn't. I was only mildly
Now,
interested because my track coach's son was in that movie. That's the only reason why I even remotely paid attention to it. So
Really?
yeah,
See, because isn't the 1980 version a remake?
that's also a remake, yes, of a 1950s one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair enough.
I did not.
So
know
Which
then
I
I
consider
loved
the
the
originals.
remake.
Yeah, loved it.
Well, actually,
That's a loophole.
The most recent one was a prequel, actually, to the remake.
Oh, wait, was it really?
It takes place at the Norwegian outpost, which, by the way, spoiler alert, they all die. You know that in the first 5 minutes of the movie, of The Thing. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, we all know where this is
Russell.
going.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I kind of like that if you search The Thing, it actually pops up with the 1982 version first.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, the crappy new one,
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah, that one didn't do very well. For obvious reasons. For
Are you,
obvious reasons.
Are you guys doing anything fun for Halloween this year? Like, are you guys going to get together? Like, Drew watches horror movies all the way up. Like, October is his, like, holy month. He watches
Yeah.
horror movies all the way up until the 31st, and then he
Yes.
binges, like, his favorite ones that day. Do you guys have anything going on this year, or is it kind of poopy because of COVID?
I mean, everything's kind of poopy, right? But I think
Yeah.
that like a small group of us are gonna get together and do an escape room.
Oh, cool.
That seems to
That's
be,
awesome.
like, yeah, I think there was one option that was like virus pandemic, and I was like, that's hitting a little too close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Or-
escape.
Or you do it, you figure out how the fuck you escape it.
Good, right? I'll
Right?
come. Dear Dr. Fauci, I
There it is.
found the cure.
It's the door to the left.
Yeah, so I think we're just gonna do that. It's like I kind of like it because it's something you can do like early in the afternoon, and then
yeah.
you have the whole day to be spooky, and then we're just gonna come back here, make a fire, and drink like spiked cider and stuff,
That sounds
and
fucking
probably
amazing.
Ooh, spiked
put on
cider.
Halloween Town or something.
Nice.
I love that movie. Oh,
April O'Neil is in that movie. The actress that plays April O'Neil in the Ninja Turtles. She's the mom.
and
Really?
it all comes back.
Mhm.
Perfect.
April. Oh, the mom.
Yeah, the mom is April O'Neil from like the 1990s Ninja Turtles.
Beautiful.
The first one, not the second one. They switched actresses. Why? I don't know.
Yes. Bummer city about that.
Right? Yeah. Don't even get me
then
started. I
don't-
could do a full hour on that alone.
You know what? Please start.
All right.
Floor is yours.
Doug,
I should have known
You let-
better.
are you?
Yes.
I was like, I
Justin?
got him.
No, seriously though, Doug, are you going to be taking Natalie out at all?
First of all, she's gonna be She-Ra, and I think we're gonna do a
Hell
little
yeah.
bit. I think we're just gonna put a bucket out with some full-size candy bars and just be like, help yourselves to anyone who wants to come on
You
by.
guys are going to be the full size house.
We are.
Yes. Yes.
We are.
You're the
Yeah.
fun house.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I used to remember you pegged those in the neighborhood. Which houses were the full size houses?
Yeah,
Oh.
Jill's like,
Oh,
all right, she's
And we
like,
all
I
had
have
the
full size.
pillowcase. Remember
Mhm.
that? We
Yes.
didn't have any like cool bags. We're just like, grab the pillowcase from upstairs,
Right.
and we just hit it.
One year I had like that really shitty like the classic pumpkin.
You can't hold anything in that shit.
No, not at all. It was horrid. Horrid.
It's horrible.
Yes, it was horrible.
It was
Horrible.
horrible.
All my free candy couldn't fit anywhere. That was horrible.
Yeah, Natalie is
Oh.
super pumped, man. She's literally counting down the days. Like today she woke up, she's like, Dad, 4 more
Aw,
days. I'm
love
like, you're right, 4 more days. This is where she
I
goes,
love that.
Which means
I
7
miss
until the election.
Halloween. I was like, Halloween's still 4 days away. You're fine. So she's pumped. She's jacked. She's been ready to go
Oh,
for
it's
this
so
for a
good,
while.
dude.
And there's a
That's so
couple
sweet
of
that she, like, is still excited. Go ahead.
No, yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple of houses in our neighborhood that have like ridiculous Halloween decorations. And now, like, I've taken Natalie a couple times because I went on a walk and I found this amazingly decorated place. It has like a Jack in the Box with a creepy clown head coming out of it. They've got this thing that says kissing booth, but they've actually like burned off the S's and it says killing booth, and it's got this creepy witch like on it. And at night,
That's
Wait, can you do that one more time?
yeah. And they've at night they turn on this thing and there's just a ghost attached to a wire and it just floats around their driveway. Like it's amazing. So
I love when people go all out like that. Like
Right?
go big or go home. I love that. And it's so fun.
yeah.
It makes it so it's like such a good activity. Like something you could actually like do, like walk around, look at all the cool houses, and you don't catch COVID.
We
I
exactly.
was gonna say.
we used to have a guy he was in the house behind my dad's house when I was growing up, and he was one of those people who got really into it, and he misdirected you because I think he had his car with the blinkers on in the driveway, and there was a pair of legs hanging out and it was open, and so you thought he was going to pop out of there, and so you like would scoot around the car and be like, you didn't get me. And then like from around the house he would come out with like the chainsaw with the chain taken off,
Yeah.
but just
Yes.
just going, and he would just chase you away from
Sorry,
the house.
was there an elephant chasing after you?
Yeah, it was. Oh, sorry. Wait, no. It was. Did I not do that right? It was. Wait, here's my chainsaw.
Ashlyn
And
was not
we're
a fan.
back.
Sorry.
And-
Sorry.
No. Just when you thought you couldn't get any smellier, here we are.
When I was 8 years old, anytime I think about like a chainsaw without the chain on it, I remember this memory.
As one does.
Yes. It comes up a lot.
You know, when I ponder my youth and all the chainless chainsaws that killed it.
I remember the time I almost died. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. There used to be this. We lived in like San Diego, and it was like Frightmare on Market Street, and it was one of those you walk through, the jump scares, all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
And I went with my. I think it was. I want to say it was like for my sister's birthday. But it was just like a family gathering and like friends, and we're going through, and I'm like 8 years old. And like we get to this part where it's like a maze with like the fog machine going, so it's really hard to see, and it's a strobe light, and all you can hear is the chainsaw, and like you know that there's somebody with a chainsaw. So we're going through the maze, and like my family is all separated, but I'm with my mom, and we get to this point where like it's kind of like you round the corner, and there's the guy with the chainsaw, and he kind of like turns and looks at us, and my mom like grabs me and we start running and we're zipping around. We're like left turn, right turn, left turn, right. We have no idea where we're off. We don't know where we're going. And we basically like hit this dead end and we can hear him coming. And it's just kind of like we turn around and my mom grabs me and puts me in front of her like this, screaming her head off. And I'm 8 years old. I'm just standing there like, and I think this is the end. And this guy comes up with a chainsaw, and my mom holding me. She goes, "Which one's the way out? Wait." And she's just again has me as a meat shield, and the guy just like I can like still see it in my mind, like hockey mask, like chainsaw, strobe lights, and he's just like
his points.
And she's like, "Thank you. And we go through. And I just remember, and it was at the very, very end of it. And I just remember like getting out, crying. And I was like, Mom, put me out front. Mom, put me out front. And everybody's like, what happened, Chris? And I was like, Mom, put me out front. And like my family still brings it up where it's like, well, Mom was willing to sacrifice Chris. So like, no one's safe.
Oh my God, that's freaking rich right there.
I think, yeah, I feel like the story gets better when it's just like you hear the history of how
and then
my mom.
what's the point?
Yeah. And like my mom, like I was like a problem child. My mom didn't want me. Like I was an oops baby. Like,
oh, she wants you.
There was a moment where she was rocking me and I like fell out. Like I hear these all like secondhand, obviously, and I like apparently fell out and I stopped breathing. They had to call an ambulance.
Oh God.
Like, there's all these things that it's like my mom is trying to kill me and against all odds.
What's your mom's name?
Linda.
Fucking Linda.
Chill your tits, Linda.
Needs to chill her tits. Yeah.
You and Donna, go get a margarita.
Right? go chill off those.
Head on down to Chili's and get a margarita, ladies.
Oh, I do
Ooh,
miss
their mango margarita though. Ashyln knows what's up.
I am what they call a basic bitch. I do. I miss my chains so bad sometimes. I'm just like, chain restaurants for all you goobers out there.
Not the chains that go on a chainsaw, which we
no, not the chains that are missing from Chris's childhood past childhood
Trauma.
memories. No, but sometimes I just really like wish I could just like pop into a Chili's, have their salsa and ranch, get the heck out. Oh, and a mango marg and get the heck out.
What's the one you miss the most right now?
Favorite chain restaurant?
Yeah, what's the one you wish you could just go to right now?
Outback.
Outback.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember like that mac and cheese they have? Like I would always get it like when I was 12 and when I was like 18. I would eat the shit out of that, and I don't know what they put in it. Probably crack. I don't know. But it was good, man. And then probably Steak and Shake. Not because I think their food is like particularly good. I just like remember going after like the High School Musical, and we would like go in all of our stage makeup because that was like the thing to do. I don't know.
That's how the workers there knew that you guys were coming from the show.
And it was always at like
kids are coming.
12:30. Oh, it was the worst. Our milkshakes would be like freezer burned, but we don't care. We're like, are we splitting this?
You take the cash off and then split it 5 ways on one credit card.
Yeah. Are you able to split this 16 ways? Great. If I only have
remembered. You remember the 22 individual orders, right? So you can just.
Oh, by the way, we have another person coming.
All these things that just give me anxiety.
Oh man.
That's seriously, for me, there's nothing worse than like having a large party of people and it's like the bill's about to come. I start getting anxiety, like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Oh my God. It's gotten easier now that you're an adult. It's like, just put it on someone's card and Venmo them your stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how, like, oh my God. There was like a week in college where I decided to be a waitress. And this was before Venmo, Zelle, any of that. And it was all like you just had to use your brain, which I just couldn't. I was like carrying a tray of hams, not actual hams, the beer hams, and
full 16-pound honey roast.
I needed that clarification. I truly thought like hams on the bone.
For all you listeners out there, I'm still miming a tray in my left hand. It's not a visual medium. And I couldn't, like, I could not do it. I remember I spilled ice on this lady and she gave me like a 68-cent tip and I was like, I'm fucking leaving. Yeah, it was good times. Good times at old Peanuts was the name of the bar.
Peanuts.
Peanuts?
Peanuts. Oh, that's another thing to call them.
Ah, peanuts. Right.
There you go.
Another version of nuts.
Full circle.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Meaty clackers. Yeah.
Yeah, meaty clackers. That's a good one. By the way,
I'm so lucky.
Water Speech says he really wants Donna to join the next episode Ashyln does. So Ashyln, let's see if we can make Donna a special
Call
guest.
her up. Actually, she's
I
probably
second that.
But like,
She's
joining us is
sleeping.
Ashyln and Donna. You know?
No.
Donna, we have some hard-hitting questions for you. First and foremost, are your tits chilled?
How are your tits? Are they chilled?
Is it chilled? Great.
Slut.
Let's get started. She's
It's
like,
Donna's
honey.
web fart pause.
She's like,
Yes.
honey, I just don't understand. Now I'm just the mom from Just Friends. Hello, Joyce. Okay. Well, while I have you, do you want the pot roast or the roast beef? I love that. Side note, I love Just Friends. I stand by it.
That's
Stand
comedy.
by it. That's comedy.
What's Just Friends? What's that on?
Ryan Reynolds and
Ryan
Amy
Reynolds.
Smart. They
right.
and that one guy from American Pie. I can't remember his name.
Jason Biggs.
No, not Jason. But he was like, no, I'm talking about like the friend who was in choir in American Pie,
Oh, right.
who had like the slicked hair.
The guy that looks
Yeah.
suspiciously pretty.
Yes, and was
Oh,
very
yeah.
like he was always like very deep.
Mhm.
His name doesn't matter.
Ouch.
But anyway, highly recommend. It's like it revolves around Christmas time, but it's like a year-round
I'm out.
comedy special.
I'm out.
You're out.
No. No Christmas
Yeah,
here.
don't you hate Christmas?
Oh,
Yeah.
he hates Christmas.
Yeah. But you want to know
But
there's
you
something
love
interesting?
Disney.
I'm actually really thinking about kind of going in the decorating for Halloween lane. Like the more I see around my neighborhood, I'm like, I think I could get into this. You know, fuck Christmas,
Should
but
already- I feel
Halloween.
like that's a Redder thing. I feel like that's a very you thing to do.
Yeah, right? What? Christmas or
You
Halloween?
gotta have the people for Halloween
Halloween.
because Halloween is the only thing that keeps Christmas from coming into October.
It's true. That's true.
Like,
Slotty says every episode I learn a new thing that Doug hates. I
Welcome
used
to
have-
Justin's life.
When Doug and I worked together, this is no lie. I don't know if you remember this, Chris.
I do.
I had a list
yeah.
on my desk, a handwritten list
lettuce,
that I would update.
onion.
Yep, and it was just, the list was things Doug hates, and it was
Oh,
at one
Disney-
point I
no,
think
not
it
Disney,
filled out to the second page. Yeah,
Hallmark. You hated Hallmark?
Of
Hallmark
course.
cards.
Yeah,
oh,
of course.
how dare!
Pick, yeah.
The letter Q.
That's false. That's false.
Why?
That's false. But I remember because at some point I think Justin just heard it so much he goes, all right, you know what? I'm going to keep a list. And he'd just be like, all right, add it to the list. He just like announced that he was adding things I was ranting about to the
a
list.
new thing on the list, and then I would play. This isn't
Bring
gonna
out
work.
the
I know.
scroll.
I remember you guys. That was like the same time that I like saw your guys' office for the first time, and then
Yeah.
you guys were like, "Oh, you got to see this YouTube video," and I was like, "Oh, what is it?" And it was Lights Out, and
Yeah.
I hated
Oh
you for it.
yes.
Talking about
That-
spooky.
Yeah, talk about spooky. That haunted me. Like,
Wait, what is that? I'm gonna give it a goog. Hold on.
It's like a
but not
2-minute
the
short.
movie. So it inspired a movie.
It
you
did.
see that?
Oh.
No, I did not. But
Yes,
it was
the
like it
movie
was,
is
it was an amazing
awful.
2-minute short film on YouTube that was very spooky.
With
And
without a single word in it. It was
yeah,
incredible.
no dialogue, very spooky.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was it was
Entirely
Look up the
visual and
Lights Out, yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Lights Out 2016 film. That's what
Yeah,
I've
not the
seen.
film. No, you
Not
don't
the
want to do
film,
that.
Yeah, not the film. And this would have been out like 2012, I think.
Yeah, sometime between
Doing more of that.
2012 and 2014.
And I might be
Oh,
wrong.
Ashlyn's
and
gone
I-
again.
No.
I might be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong, but
Welcome
like that was
back.
the first time I ever saw the idea of like, lights off, there's something in there. Lights on, it's gone. Lights off, there's
Mhm.
something there. Lights on, it's gone. Like that was the first time I saw that and I was like, that's genius. That is incredible. Like
Yes.
Correct.
There's
Correct.
there was at least 2 or 3 different like flawless transitions I had, and they all passed. So in lieu of that,
Welcome to the Throwdown.
I thought that was Power Rangers.
no,
No.
it's our lovely throwdown intro song with Mr. Tex doing the voiceover for us.
And Bob Ballmeyer, who wrote the music.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, Bob wrote the music and Mr. Tex did the voiceover.
Yeah.
Let's hear it one more time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Throwdown.
Silky.
I like it.
Yeah.
So good. All right, Doug, get your voice modulator ready.
I'm ready.
And this week's Throwdown
Is The Thing from The Thing versus Alien from Alien.
Stay on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Stay on the sunny side of life.
Yes. So yes, it's going to be the alien or the thing from the thing versus the alien or the xenomorph from Alien. And
both
I
aliens.
knew it was called a xenomorph until this very evening.
Aha!
Oh,
Yes. So when we proposed this initially, I did not know how into it the two of you were going to be. And then I got an email very quickly after I sent my initial email from Ashyln going, I'm so into this. So
I dropped my
apparent-
pen.
I dropped my pen. I lost grip function in my hands.
Ah!
So I didn't realize you were so into this movie. So now I'm very excited to have this throwdown.
Well, I guess I'll kick things off here. First of all, I'm team The Thing all the way
Interesting.
because if Tom Skerritt, or I guess Tom Skerritt's for Alien, but still, I digress. The Thing can handle cold weather, very cold weather, and it could just morph into what is the alien called? A
Xenomorph?
What is it?
Don't-
No, you were the first one.
The Thing can just I gave that to you.
You did. You
The
did.
Thing
That was
can
on you.
totally take on the alien and bada bing bada boom kill itself. So ipso facto.
I think you're just assuming that the xenomorph would just be as casually murdered and mimicked like a human. It just sit there and go,
Oh,
Like the xenomorph is going through making coffee and just like, I feel odd.
yeah.
Well, I see your point because I guess Alien can like hide in Alien can hide in a crevice, but the Thing can hide in like a petri dish. So I think it has an like that's what gives it an edge. It could really sneak in, and if it can handle Arctic weather, it can handle space.
Well, it came from space, so obviously it can.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, it did. It's been a while.
What do you
Chris,
think,
what are your
Vellucci?
thoughts?
Well, I actually just Googled this because I was like, somebody has had to have like had this thought as well.
Don't cheat.
Right? This is old. This is the before time bar rules.
Yeah, you can't go to the
Well,
back
so
of the
here's
math
the-
book and look at the answer.
Well, I feel like I need like some qualifiers because here's the thing. Like Alien has that acid blood.
Yes.
Oh shit, I forgot about the acid blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And then
I gotta rethink this.
like it also has like the tail. It's also very crafty, very intelligent. So is the Thing though. We knew
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the most like very interesting things, I hate that I'm going to be using that word right now, is when you watch the Thing, there's that moment where I forgot his name, but Kurt Russell comes out and he's like, hey, it tears your clothes when it takes over your body. And he only divulged that to what he thought were humans. But then the Thing goes and it tears up MacReady, and it tears up MacReady's clothes and plants them to be like, now everybody's going to think that he's the Thing. So basically it's like the idea that this was able to communicate, and it was like, oh, this guy figured me out. How do I sabotage him? Like that was creepy smart.
Yeah,
then, like,
I see your point. Keep going.
And then I was going to say, but like Alien at the same time, like it mastered the ducks. It knew how to avoid them. It was crawling through. It was very like crafty and like smart. It had a very good spatial awareness. But like at the end of the day, yeah, I kind of got to go with the fact that like it can hide in plain sight. I don't know how smart Alien would be at detecting, because there are multiple aliens. So how smart would
Yeah.
it be if the thing mimicked it and then it was like, oh, this is just another alien, and the thing's like, gotcha, bitch. But then, the acid blood would burn it. But at the same time, the thing mimics, I think that it mimics the same thing, the blood, because when they dissected the thing, they're like, oh, it's got all the same normal organs, even though it wasn't. It was an alien. It does survive extreme cold. It's survived extreme cold for 10,000 years. Both of them are very flammable, we found out. Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't know what the strength is of them, but
Well, I'm just thinking now, I feel like Alien, I don't know, I just think that, like what you said, the thing can hide in plain sight and it's way more adaptable. Like, Alien just did its animalistic duty and just latched on to the first vessel that insert fart noise here.
there it is.
It did its animalistic duty and just burrowed itself and found the nearest host, whereas the thing plots it out, like
Yeah.
it could really fuck us right up.
Yeah,
Like
but
I mean, yeah.
go
So
ahead, Justin.
I was trying to. I'm thinking about like an Inception type thing where there's a face hugger implants a baby alien in someone's belly, so the thing is inhabiting someone. Face hugger implants an alien in the belly, and that bursts out, effectively killing the thing. But then the thing inhabits that alien that popped out. Right, because it can just jump through. So I feel like no matter what happens, the thing is always going to be hopping into the next person.
It's not that simple, though. It's not as simple as it just hops. It actually consumes its host and then
it's at a
mimics
cellular
entirely.
level. Yeah, they show that it's like one single cell can take over the entire organism.
How did they when they lined everybody up and they tied them to chairs? What was it? Heat that drew it out?
They were burning their blood samples because it reacts to heat.
Oh, that's right.
Because it defends itself.
It had a connection to blood, no matter where it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I think it was the fact that it was like the blood, even it was like an alien blood. So if it got burned, it would attack, and the thing that it was inhabiting, whoever it was, basically saw their own blood get attacked and was like, well, I've been made, so time to bust out.
Oh yeah, it's just escaping that dangerous environment. So I guess that it is a little bit more easy to control in that way.
Well, I think this comes down to is you mentioned that this thing is very smart, it's very crafty versus basically primal nature. Like the alien is, according to the movie,
it was still smart about the spatial awareness and knowing the ducks and basically using that to get around.
Its natural instincts are to kill and to murder versus something that's incredibly smart, which is really basically like a human versus something in nature. Like, which one are you putting against?
It also had its own spaceship.
I was gonna say, didn't it master space travel and everything? It has to be some sort of an advanced species.
Yeah. And it was building a new spaceship when it inhabited the dock.
Yeah, and Prometheus.
Alien didn't do that. And plus, Alien got killed by so many people. We've seen Alien die so much. How many times have you seen the thing die? 0. We don't know.
Yet it lives on. The alien lives on.
Is the thing's motive to kill? No. Did we just establish that?
Is it to spread? Because I think that was their whole thing was that.
It's just to stay keep its species alive. I think.
Do we ever see more than one person be infected by the thing?
It is definitely implied that more than one person is infected.
Okay.
More than one person is an imposter.
Oh.
Is it me?
Never you, Chris.
So I would say just on pure physicality, I have to give it to the alien because I feel like the alien could keep its distance with its tail. But again, if the alien bites, the thing and then it gets its blood, does then the thing assimilate into the alien? I don't know.
Well, does the thing have a true form?
Not that we know of.
So it has to be in something. So what is the thing? If the thing is inside another alien, I feel like that's game over.
Yeah. Well, I don't know because I feel like Alien has more strategy. Alien wants to kill, whereas the thing just needs to survive.
I think Alien wants to, but both of them just want to reproduce, really.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it on. So maybe they just got
Alien verse the thing.
The swingers of the thing.
Wait, so they're both from Naperville. That's what we've determined.
they're the true Naper villains that we've been waiting for.
Naper villains! Yay!
Yay!
And cut. We're out of here. You gotta end.
No, I think I'm just saying, as far as humanity goes, which I know isn't like the thing here, we'd be fucked. But if it were up against one another, I think I'm tilting more towards Alien now.
Really? Well, here, let me
Yeah.
add this. And I think this is only because I recently saw it, so I'm like thinking more about it. But the thing, there's that moment when they get first introduced to it, the dog is transforming, and they go to kill it, and we see those two arms reach up, break into the ceiling, and then pull itself away. So it actually splits. And then you do have two organisms of the thing, because they think they kill it, but no, that one got away, and now it's going to inhabit something. So it does it has that ability to multiply without the need for another host. Where's your alien now, Doug?
That's really what it all comes down to. I know I keep tilting back and forth, but
is there another host? That's the.
Well, Vellucci makes a good point that I don't think the alien would have to be able to eradicate every ounce of the thing for it to be killed, because like Vellucci made a point, like in the movie, they're doing, the defibrillator on the thing. It gets caught on fire. It separates its head. Its head then is able to skitter away, so it's capable of existing. So I think it's survival. The alien doesn't have, the Xenomorph doesn't have the capabilities to really truly eradicate it. It could probably do some damage to it, but it's not going to kill it. So I think that's where its ultimate flaw is in this situation.
I don't know how it acts to acid. I just know how it acts to fire, which is exactly the same way the alien acts to fire, because everybody has flamethrowers.
You know what happens when it gets struck by lightning?
Oh, here it is.
Do you know what happens when it gets struck by lightning? Same thing as everything else.
Boom!
Farts.
X-Men.
One of the worst lines from X-Men ever.
Oh.
Yeah! Oh my god!
Yep. That was a science lesson none of us ever wanted.
It's like, oh yeah, thank you.
Oh,
none of us learned anything. Nobody was better.
Everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a great."
Dumber from having.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Cool.
So with
Just
that,
charge of electrons. Tell me.
Like, why did I sign on for this?
I feel like we're saying Thing has the upper hand because all it needs, we said, is just one cell to be removed, and it can continue to spread.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's the Thing.
Are we calling it?
I think it's the Thing.
Yeah, because it could just infiltrate Alien and then accidentally kill everybody else after killing the Alien.
All right.
I think it is.
The Thing for the
Head down.
Hey.
Well, gang, we did it. This was so much fun. Thank you both to Ashyln and Vellucci. This is absolutely lovely. This is the part of the show where we like to basically give you an opportunity to promote anything you got going on, promote your social medias, and also if you got anything that you want to recommend, a movie, a book, a TV show, music, anything at all, the floor is yours. Ashyln, we'll start with you.
We are in the middle of a tricky pandemic, so I'm not doing too much right now. But every once in a while, I do throw on some fun self-tape bloopers on my Instagram, so you can hop over there. I have 2 accounts you can follow. I have my official performance actor profile, which is at Ashlyn Seehafer _performs, and then I have my regular account, which I also post a bunch of actory, bloopery, fun silliness at Ashlyn Seehafer, and This Is Us is premiering tonight, so I highly recommend everyone to tap into that emotional side, because we all love Mandy. Ever since Walk to Remember, we've all loved her. So just dig in, ladies and gentlemen.
Who have to.
I'm in the middle of reading Dune, which is gonna take a while.
So will the movie apparently. So there you go. It got delayed, so you're good.
Exactly. Oh, so I'm in the middle of reading Dune. I just finished Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and highly recommend. That's all I
Nice.
can say.
Very good. How about you, Vellucci? What you got?
I'm very glad that I got her answer to think mine over because I was having trouble. I'm gonna go ahead and say if you haven't seen it, The Thing, you should watch it again.
For sure.
I tried to
Very
get
gross.
my
It's
roommates.
like an 80s movie.
Yeah, again, it was like my roommates were like, "Oh, horror, blood, guts," and I was like, "No, it's not really. It's more like psychological because it's like a who is it? It's the imposter thing." And they loved it. So, like, blood and guts aren't your thing. You're still gonna love it. And then as I was thinking about books, I saw this one which I really really like. As I drop things, it's called What If, and it's by Randall Munroe. He was a NASA engineer, but he does like comics and stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen XKCD, but that's him.
Cool.
And he answers questions to hypotheticals like, what would happen if the Earth and all terrestrial objects suddenly stopped spinning, but the atmosphere retained its velocity? What would happen?
Well, since the world is flat,
yeah.
everything would just fly off of it and just go into the galaxy off the big turtle's back.
Oh no.
He also answers the question of like, what would happen if you nuked a hurricane? What would happen if a
Did he
hairdryer...
help President Trump with that?
You did help President Trump. What would happen? It turns out you just got to spread radiation.
Yeah, you just spread radiation is all you do.
Yeah, but it's a fantastic like what if book with like ridiculous things, and I love reading it every once in a while.
You guys ever farted into a fan? It's basically the same thing.
Yes.
Shit really hit the fan.
As for me, I'm on Instagram at chris.vellucci, Vellucci, 2 L's, 2 C's. I have a Twitter account. I'm trying to use it more. But it's at average, TEH_average.
No wonder I couldn't find you.
Yeah, I'm still like shopping with it. To be honest, I don't know what my Twitter to be. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Fair enough. How about
And then watch our episode.
Yes, of
coming up.
course. Watch the Quarantine Files.
Yay!
The Quarantine Files.
How about you,
was going to
Justy?
be my top recommendation was the Quarantine
Sorry,
Files
Justin.
episode 4, coming out this Friday, the 30th of October. And then also on Netflix, I would strongly recommend watching David Attenborough, A Life on Our Planet. It is the newest documentary from David Attenborough, who, if you've seen any nature shows in the last 40 years, you know his voice. It is heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, and leaves you with just a little sliver of hope at the end. So I'll say climate change is real, and get on the train. We need to do some shit.
Get on
Doug,
the
what do you
kid.
got?
If you really want a good uplifting movie to kind of get you through these times, Hereditary. I think it's worth watching. Came as a recommendation from Water Speech. He sent that over, and I was like, I've been meaning to watch this for a while. It's spooky. It's unsettling at times. The ending, don't fully get it, but I really love the way that it's made, it's filmed, it's shot. It's really great. It's really good stuff. Why is her name? Toni Collette is phenomenal in that movie. She can do no wrong, and all the acting is actually out of this world. So highly recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime right now. So the director, Ari Aster, who also did that, also did Midsommar. Don't know if I'd recommend that one, but still same thing.
It's a doozy.
It's interesting. It's an interesting one. So, but those are the things that I'd recommend. Also recommend you check out, if you're listening, check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MindGapPodcast. Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central. We're booting up Left 4 Dead 2. We're going to shoot some zombies. Vellucci, you're totally invited. Please come and hang out with us as we do that sort of stuff. It's going to be great. And also, please don't forget to follow Mind Gap on all social medias at Mind Gap Podcast. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where we basically post our full episodes there, as well as highlights from this the podcast, as well as our video game streams. And also, don't forget to check out Justin digitally as well.
On Instagram and Twitter at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, check us out on
Spotify.
I don't know what that was. Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, all the podcast services. You can like us, subscribe to us, rate us, review us, share us around. The biggest one is sharing. Just copy the link whenever you see it online and share it out to your friends, because it goes a long, long way when it comes as a recommendation from you, because you're awesome. And then 2east8th.com/mindgap and 2east8th.com in general. We redesigned the website just a little bit, so you can check that out. We've got some other fun things happening. And of course, always, that's where you can get all your latest news on the Quarantine Files. Episode 4 coming out Friday. Woo! That's all.
Yay! So once again, Ashyln and Vellucci, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was an absolute delight.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me and my crazy self.
Oh, you both are obviously very welcome back. So
Yes.
Thank you. It was fun.
100%.
Even when it's not in person, it was a joy.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice. So nice to connect with you guys again. So, Ashyln and Chris, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to our Twitch folk.
Thank you to our listeners.
And Justin, thank you.
Doug, God damn it, thank you.
And you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.